A few years back, Greg Thomas from Musky Hunter asked me to write a chapter for the 25 more can't miss musky patterns, and none of it would matter if I didn't actually follow my own advice. And today, I wouldn't have caught a fish if I didn't actually practice what I wrote in here. Let's dig deeper into this fish.
So where we're throwing is like 10 feet then up there?
We're still on the 20-foot outer edge, but because we're on the main basin, it's always good to check these edges.
Yep.
Because if these fish are sitting out, like the shelf is 8 to 10 feet, they'll sit off of these edges in 8 to 10 feet over top of 20, and then we'll just slowly drift our way up onto the shelf where the weeds are.
So I picked that up on one of your videos, and
yeah, it's always good to sit.
Come in instead of coming in hot and shooting right up there, you know, just leg back.
Yep, and just give yourself a bit of time. Doesn't take very long to cast a few as you're pulling up onto it.
Yep.
Now a lot of guys like to just roll up on structure, cut the motor, throw the troller, and be casting. And a lot of times you drove over fish to get to fish.
Yeah, and you just came blazing in.
Yeah.
Or I've gotten sometimes too. Then you end up you're too close. Yep. You're like, I wish I went to.
It's always it's always easier to move in. Once you're in too tight, you can't move out because now you've spooked the fish.
And then you can't get back out very easily either. It's just like, dang.
You lose casting angles.
Yeah.
A lot of things go wrong. Certain lakes will produce more than others. There's a nice one.
Oh yeah.
Got him.
Back this way?
Back this way, Michael.
Yep.
Oh,
all right, dude. Nice.
Awesome. Sweet. That was that's using that edge.
Yes.
Show color swimming dog. Hey guys, Glenn McDonald, 54 Bus, fishing with my buddy Michael today, and we seen 2 or 3 fish early on rocks. We tried some weed stuff. It's been really slow. We just pulled up on a spot and I got one on. I believe this is called Molten Steel. I think it was a show color from Musky Innovations. Meg swimming dog, shallow swimming dog. And I just told Michael the reason we stopped at this spot and stayed way off of structure is because I wanted to be able to fish up to it and not pull right on it. And it couldn't have turned out any better, could it, Michael?
That's great.
So it's a low 40s fish. It's not huge, but it's a nice one. We'll have a quick look at it. And it actually followed that rubber around a couple times and hit in the 8, which for rubber is pretty awesome. So that's our first one of the day. Hopefully it's a sign of things to come. We'll get this one back in and we'll get after them. Hey everybody, welcome back to another 54-second breakdown. This is kind of a cool one for me because, like I said in the intro, it resorts right back to what I wrote in this article. And while this might not apply to everybody in every body of water, it certainly applies to the way we fish up on Canadian Shield lakes. And today's fish, I was talking to my buddy in the boat about fishing deep edges and not pulling right up on top of structure. And this is pretty classic, again, Canadian Shield stuff. We got this is all mainland up here. We have a nice shelf that comes out to about 10 feet, and we have cabbage up there. And on today, we actually had wind pushing in a little bit from kind of the southwest or the south, kind of pushing in across there. And I told them as we pulled up there that we should really try and target this deep break line instead of just pulling straight up on the 10-foot edge and trying to cast in that 8-foot weeds. We pulled up way out here, and my buddy was casting kind of up to the corner of the shelf. I was casting up here, and I ended up getting hit way off of what I was thinking would be the main structure, but targeting this deep drop off. And the approach there was use slower moving rubber. In this case, I was using Musky Innovations shallow swimming dog, something that we like to use in that late summer, early fall transition period. Today, that fish was sitting, I suspect it was probably sitting about in the 8-foot depth of water, but it was suspended out over 18 or 22 feet. I cast that Mag shallow swimming dog over it, and I just slow rolled it in. It's going down in the water maybe 2 or 3 feet. That fish come in hot. We managed to get in the figure 8. And for us, it's kind of a little bit of a redemption on the things that we tell people that we do, and then we go out and we actually practice it, and it pays off for us. And it just shows that we're able to do the same things over and over again on these shield lakes. And like I said, it may not work for everybody, but it certainly works for us.
Nice one. Oh, yeah.
Actually followed that rubber around a couple times and hit in the 8, which for rubber is pretty awesome. Appreciate everybody watching, and for another cool video where we actually put the Mag shallow swimming dog to good use in the early fall, or in this case it's a little bit later in the fall, late September. Check out the video right here where we actually say why we switched to that Mag shallow swimming dog and how it paid off for us. And until next time, 54 Bust is out of here, and we'll catch you guys out on the water later.